On the run from inside his own 5. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will get the first swing of the game. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something...
Breaks into the open. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Lopez wants to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Culliver. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. Heaves it deep. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
And that's a really good play. That's a ball. That's thrown way down the field. A lot of time for me to do what? Get a little bit handsy, get my hands, force a PI. Stayed calm, did a nice job staying the course, got his hand on the football for the deflection.
And the Tar Heels come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Quinn. Great move. Now he's got room. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Tar Heels with the 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Finds his tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle and make a play on the ball.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Lopez to pass. Here's the pressure. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
All right, well, that QB knows he now has to get the ball out of his hands quick, because that defensive end turned the corner fast.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Deep shot for the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And it's no good. After the miss, no change in the score. So Duke's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
And this is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
The Blue Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the 1st down.
Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
What a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the 1st time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score came on an impressive run from the 20. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Finds his man. It's Owens. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Lopez wants to fire. Got his man all by himself. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Man, you could almost feel the quarterback's eyes getting big on that completion. I don't think even he could believe how wide open his target was. He knew, man, if I just get this to him accurately, something really good is going to happen. That's exactly what transpired. Nice throw, nice catch, nice play.
Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Just a little off. Incomplete. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
You know they'd love to convert this 3rd down after missing a field goal on the last drive. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner. That'll bring him to within 4. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Brown. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Takes a hit as he fires. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away, see where he's at, break on the football. Poor angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage with some nice yards after the catch.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off-play action on first down. It's complete to the left. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. The play action fake. Grabbed in the middle, it's King. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Blue Devils are rolling down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got an open man. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And the Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Blue Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Snagged in the middle, it's King. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
And the Blue Devils have taken it inside the 20. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He caught it! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
The Blue Devils have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Duke.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and this one down 14-3. Lopez to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He breaks a tackle. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. It's Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
They'll run it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Catch in the middle, it's Culliver. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the... Now, the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Tar Heels want to move quickly. They'll ride the hot hand. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Johnson wants to throw it. Got his man out of the backfield. Touchdown, North Carolina! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's reeled in. It's Brown. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And the Blue Devils send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And the returner will be knocked down. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Johnson looking to throw. Got his man downfield. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive gain for my offense.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Pulls and throws out the RPO. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Lopez wants to fire. Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Snagged out of the air. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UNC! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
The Blue Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Pressure coming, and that's a live ball behind the line.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion, like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Makes a catch along the sidelines, but he's going to lose yardage. Well, so he gets a foot down, but he really didn't get a foot forward. No gain on the play.
He could have just quarterback sneaked it and got more yards than that. We need more from this passing.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Lopez to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Quinn. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Culliver. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Oh, they're after him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the 2nd play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
The Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Turning it on. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. Oh, how that would have swung the momentum, but instead it's just a deflection, and they give up another completion.
And, Reese, we hear it all the time. It's a game of inches. Look how close that was to changing this game. For the defense creating some momentum, trying to get back into it, and the offense gets the big break.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Lopez wants to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hood. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Makes the grab. It's Little. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
To the air on 2nd down. Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Find space on the right. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. And the returner will be dragged down. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
The RPO, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
The Tar Heels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's third and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on fourth. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's first and goal.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Bulldozes his way through. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to... Oh, he's got some space. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Blue Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides to back and leaves it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
And the Blue Devils will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Lopez to pass. Quick completion on the out route. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Quinn. There he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
And the Tar Heels are threatening on 1st and goal. On the option. The pitch. Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, UNC! And the pummeling has started.
Great job by the running back scoring on that pitch play off the option. It wasn't easy. He had to make somebody miss and do some dirty work there down inside the 10-yard line, but nice individual effort.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocked that one right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. One final play before the end of the quarter. The give from the gun. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Lopez wants to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Caught in the backfield. It's Goss. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and now they have a decision to make.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's King. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
The Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got to feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. unloads quickly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Red pass hits complete. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
The Tar Heels trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now on 2nd and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to power it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And listen, I'm aggressive by nature. I'm going for it on 4th down most of the time. But that negative play, does that give you a little pause?
It does, because if you're rattled right now, then you need to regroup, take the 3, and live to fight another drive. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. The distance is no problem, but this angle from the left can test you. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Reads it, fires complete. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Catch in the middle. It's Little. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, how about that play? Curl route, and the receiver, as soon as he turned around against zone coverage, the ball was right on him, so he's able to catch it and go get the first.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking for a deep man. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit, because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Got it in the middle. It's King. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback, who makes a sure tackle.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. Here's the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Turning it on. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play, because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athletic.
And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one.